Aloha. Welcome to my channel. My name is Devina St. Clair. I'm so happy you found me and you decided to join me today. If you're new, if you're returning, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. All right, guys, so I have a reading for someone in the sign of Sagittarius. Could be anywhere in your chart. This is for singles, people who are looking for love. Now, what I will cover is you, your person's energy, the energies you share at this time of viewing the video, and what is some strengths and weaknesses, challenges, obstacles to perhaps the relationship getting together. If you don't know your person, I have a part at the end where might you meet your person, where I pull cards for vision, like pictures and numbers for the dates, times, places, things like that. I also have advice for the challenge, as well as I'm gonna pull like a card from this little heart thing here, and we're gonna see what messages your person may want to tell you now. If they could tell you, their soul spirit could tell you anything at all, what would they tell you now? So basically, this is more of like for people who want to look at themselves. A lot of people I've discovered do not want to go deep and see what is in their psyche and what's causing, like, why do they do this? Why do they do that? And what's holding me back, kind of thing. Most people do not want to look at themselves. So if you're not in for that, then maybe they're you may not enjoy the reading. But if you are into going deeper and diving into what might be something to look at, and also about your person as well, then stay with me. First of all, I'm going to start out today. I have a heart chakra tuning fork, and I just like to set the, my intention when we start that, there is a healing. That is kind of what I do. I'm an alternative energy healer, and I understand the importance of setting intention. So if you have something that's bothering you now, let's just set the intention that that's going to be healed. And if you have someone in your mind, your prayers that you want to send love and light and energy to, good vibes, put that in your intention, and let's just start this now. All right, Sagittarius, perhaps even cross watchers if you feel like your person is a Sag. I'm deciding to open it up to that idea of cross watchers. Okay, guys, so if this sounds like you, stay with me. Today I have you coming in, viewer, with the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is a new beginning because of a thought or an idea. Let's see here. It's also about stepping into the unknown. I have some notes I wrote down on this eagle card here. The eagle is a truth seeker. So perhaps you are a truth seeker. The eagle, let's think about this. We're gonna go back to the Ace of Swords, but first I wanna cover the eagle. So the eagle is bright. You see the bright light. The sun is emanating. You're a Sagittarius is ruled, well, not ruled by the sun, but they are a fiery sun, or excuse me, a fire sign. Yes, fire element, excuse me there. But this is not just fire. This is air too. The eagle, air and fire. So you're coming in with this energy of strong, noble, physically strong, not just, spiritually strong. Like in the air, the eagle has this advantage. It flies high over and can see so far. Like, it's amazing what these birds are about. So you're coming in with that today. But as far as the Ace of Swords, I feel like you got a new idea, new decision, you're making a new, well, maybe you're being presented with a decision that you need to make. and you're looking at your options. You've got this key here. You see the key and the Fibonacci sequence in your mind. Your mind and your soul is connected to the galaxy of stars. And you got this new vision, baby, and you're like, wow. Now how that pertains to love, I don't know. Maybe you decided you want to, you're open to having a partner in a loving relationship, perhaps. Kind of wondering where they are. You know, this is singles looking for love. So that's what we're going to do. Of course, we are love, but hey, we want someone who's going to honor and respect us and treat us with, you know, adore us, right? Who wants less than that? Okay, Sag, so let's look at your person. Your person is coming in as a wolf and King of Swords. King of Swords in this deck. There is a feminine on this one, but it's not gender specific. But anyway, so with the wolf, oh goodness, the wolf is like the teacher. The wolf, we'll go to this one here in a second as well. The wolf is an activist. They're reliable when they're in their best, you know, their best version of themselves. They're a humanitarian. And you know, think about the wolf. The wolf is a tribal animal. Like, it looks after the pack. There's always a leader in the pack and they all follow the leader, right? So I see the wolf as like a mentor. They're the teacher, the wise one. So your person has this wolf element. And I believe this one, let's see, let me look at that. Yeah, this one I think is the earth symbol for earth. So your person may even have an earth placement in their chart. Very strong along with air. I'm noticing that that's coming in because this is the King of Swords, which is the element of air and intellect. So I think that your person has a very reliable, democratic, strong, mature energy. They're perhaps a Gemini, Aquarius, or a Libra, only because of the air, or they're in the earth sign. Maybe they just have these elements in their birth chart very, very strong. But they're coming in with good energy too. So you guys are, you know, right now the energy you share is Six of Swords. Now it looks to me that with this one, someone has been in a darkness for a little while. You see that? Floating on a cloud of darkness. And perhaps there was no land. Maybe there was no land for a good while. And you see the anchor coming down. So I think that this person is, after a period of a troubling time, and this could be for both of you. This is energies you both share. There's this star of hope showing up here for me. I see this star. I see an anchor. I see there's somebody who's ready to stop floating in the sad despair, perhaps. Maybe there's something that happened that really called for despair in your life, but that you've moved on. Six of Swords is always about leaving something behind that was just not working in one's life. So the fact that you and your person are sharing that energy just shows me that you're at a place now where you're ready to well, I heard relocate, but I don't think that's going to apply to everybody because that's pretty major. But there's an anchor and it wants to go into this land mass. This land mass here. So what does that represent? Is that home? Has somebody found a new home? Or are they entertaining a new home or the idea of what that looks like? Because you're looking for love, obviously your home situation would change, right? If that's what you're thinking about right now. All right, so this is where I always say I feel like the reading gets a little interesting and it takes a turn. This is where I look at strengths and weaknesses as of today. I'm drinking water with apple cider vinegar and volcanic ash lemon juice from Italy. I am fasting. I'm trying not to eat. It's very good. It's a good mix. I wouldn't do apple cider vinegar without the lemon. It's not the same. Now, to the strengths and weaknesses going on, what's showing up in the cards. All right, so I want to go with strengths first because the weakness is, the weakness right now is very deep, heavy stuff. All right, so for the strength, we have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands, this is a young, new at something. So you might be looking at something in your life right now and you don't have any experience like a page. This is the fire element of wands. I like to look at the pictures in the cards too, because each deck is different that we use. And look at the toucan companion. I have never noticed this before, but he's smiling at the child with this magnifying glass. This person is looking into something. I don't know. Maybe you found your person, you have your eye on your person. I don't know. I see a big eye. But I love the companion next to this page, or young energy. You don't have to be young. You could be a lot older. Just have a spirit of new, something new you're pursuing, something you haven't done before, or it just looks different. You're just investigating, thinking, oh my gosh, really thinking about this. This is a big major decision, I feel like, that this page is looking at with this magnifying glass. You know, I'm gonna study this thing before I make a decision. I have to know if it's the right decision for me, kind of energy. All right, so as far as strength, I don't feel that this is bad just because it's a younger, inexperienced energy. Not at all, actually, especially because this is the page. He's got his fire cape on. You see the passion? That's a driving force for you. Perhaps, and oh wow, yeah. Whoa, what's really interesting, I'm being drawn to the hands in this card. The hands are so much older than the face. Look at the face from a distance. One eye is really looking different than the other. Of course, one's magnified. But I just thought how mature the hands are versus the face. That's interesting. And everything around this page is kind of new. It's almost like you're in a place of exploring something that you haven't seen before. You haven't seen it before. Or your view changed to what you're looking at. Okay, so this is where we're going to get into the weakness part. Now, this card is really heavy, okay? I wrote down some things about it because it's just, there's a lot to this throne of spiders, and how that's going to look for each one of you will be different, but this is what the card means, so I'm going to let you interpret it how it fits. Ooh, okay. This card is a vampire. Like, when this shows up energetically, it's talking about a spider is the nature's version of a vampire. So what do spiders do? They trap and mummify their prey with silky threads. Did you ever see The Lord of the Rings, the big giant spider in one of the episodes? I can't remember which one. The spider would eat people. Oof. Scary shit. Anyways, so what they do is they suck out the life force from their victims by trapping them in their web. All right, so energetically, what could that look like as a weakness? What might be going on right now? Something you may or may not be aware of is behaviors. Perhaps we have behaviors. There could even be addictions. There could be thinking patterns. When I say thinking patterns, I'm talking about codependent behaviors, and just, you know, things like that that can slowly extract our enthusiasm, aspirations, and joy. You know, there's things in life that feed your spirit, and there's things in life that we engage in that deplete our spirit. And so I feel like this card showing up right now is letting someone know that there may be some things to look at. Because what'll happen is if we let our spirit get sucked out of us, our life force energy getting sucked out, what's going to happen is it's going to leave a shell, a lost soul. Where is your soul? Where is the soul? Is it in your body? You know, when we experience trauma, a lot of times we lose parts of our souls. In the shamanic tradition, they talk about getting back those pieces, going in search of those pieces that we've lost because they left our body, they left us, they're out there floating perhaps, who knows. Parts of our soul retrieval that we need because we lost parts of ourselves. So I feel like this right now is talking about that in this card. Perhaps it's something to look at. It may not apply to everyone watching, but it's just showing up, so I have to share. All right, so your person. Okay, let's go to your person's strength first, and then perhaps this weakness they're going through in their own life at this time. All right, so 3 of Pentacles is always about building and collaborations and working with someone. So I'm going to put this in the context that when you do get with your person, because we're thinking about love and, you know, a partnership relationship, perhaps they're good in relationships. I know it's showing up for them today. This card, I love this card. This one has a young person there, a young girl, and her companions are bringing her items to build this beautiful brick wall. It just so happens that this person has an artistic flair, and the brick wall happens to look like a flower. Not just any flower, but an orange, dynamic, passionate brick wallflower. Yeah, notice the birds, the companions, the workers. There's a brick in one's mouth and there's a hammer in the other. So basically, I think your person perhaps has a skill where they work well with others, and you guys might have that together where you work well together. Now, the weakness I'm showing at this time for your person is burying something. This is 3 of Spades. It's an earth element. Element earth, spades. It says rip, rest in peace. There's a little headstone here, and there's someone on a bench in mourning, and there's this man here holding a shovel, and he's got to bury something. So perhaps there's an ending that occurred, an ending in their life. Ooh, goodness, that rose has a face. But anyway, so this is coming in as perhaps just, you know, they're in a place where there's no turning back for them, and they're having to let go. And, you know, whether that's something they can do easily, or it's not an easy thing they're looking at this time. It's just showing me that's where they're at today. All right, so I asked, what are the challenges? I used a different deck. First card out was house. So, and then after that, this card flipped out, the wealthy male. All right, so there may be an obstacle with you and your person right now with a house situation. I don't know how that's gonna look. It may be where someone is foreclosing on a house. It could be someone's buying a house and there's some issues that are coming up. But with the wealthy man, when it doesn't have to be a person always, it could just deal with business, finance, and negotiations, and a house. So however that looks for you right now, I don't know if there's a move perhaps, but this deals with finances and something going on in either your home or their home that is an obstacle at this time for you getting with your person or in the relationship. If you've met your person or you have your eye on someone, you know your person, you're going out, there may be some issues. And if you're aware of that, just, let me know. You can comment below or let me know in some way by liking the video if there's anything here that resonates for you, Sag. Okay, so I have some advice, okay? First thing out was Two of Feathers, decisions and direction. Looks to me like there's a lizard basking on a branch. A lizard. Red eyes, red eyes. Okay, so decisions. So like I thought in the beginning that you were coming in with this ace of thoughts or, ideas or something new. This is a new beginning. You haven't actually done anything because when you get aces, it's the potential. You have a thought, you have an idea. And this is saying whatever that is, you're going to have to go in that direction and make a decision. What is it that you want? What do you want? And then that's where you go with the decision. But you have it all here. You have it. You're connected. You're connected with this key and this mental adeptness, intelligent. You have that ability to tap into your deep rooted, noble self. You have that in you. So that was the advice. And then I pulled some more cards. Okay. It's what would I do if I had enough time? What do I do when I have time? So look at that. What are you doing with your time? And then what is my gift to the world? So I felt like, because that came out with 2 cards, I actually wanted 1, but I got more than that. What do you do with your time and what is your gift to the world? That may be something you're thinking about. We don't always, even if we're thinking about finding a partner, we still have other things we're dealing with on a daily basis, right? So maybe whatever it is you do with your time will reveal what is your gift. What is your gift? I don't know. Only you know that. And now this card, I don't know why, but there was another sign that came out with listen, and I can't remember which one it was. But we got Frog Princess. Heed wise counsel and listen. So some people are stubborn. They don't want to listen. They hear things a certain way, it rubs them wrong, or they get offended and they think someone might have a really bad intention, and maybe someone didn't say things correct. Maybe because Mercury's in retrograde, the words came out wrong. Whatever it is, you're being asked to heed wise counsel and listen. So whether that is to your spirit and your inner knowing, or it's a teacher of some kind, that's what's going to help you in this situation with you and your person. All right, let's pull some cards, okay, guys? We're at 23:43. All right, so let me let's ask the spirit and the cards. What does the person, the Sagittarius watching this video, what does their person's soul want to tell them today? Here's a picture. Oh, I like this. This is actually kind of romantic. It says, my beloved, though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united. For love transcends space and time and nothing is missing. Ah, wow. I don't know. It may feel like something's missing, especially if you don't have anyone to give you massages. Okay, let's pull one more. Let's get another cards. Tell us more. What does the Sag need to hear today? What do they need to know? Oh, this card flew out. Ah, this is sweet. All right, so, okay, so if your person's far away, but how are you gonna do this? It says embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. Did we just see missing? Nothing is missing. Ah, Ah, nice. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. What does that look like? Missing pieces out there. Fluent, shamanic journeying. I did that first time I did that was 2003. It was very enlightening, to say the least. Okay, so before we pull cards on where you might meet your person, I'm gonna just go over the energies of where else the other, more to the story. All right, so North Wind is havoc. It's also brutal force. It's also sexuality, sexual motivations and things like that. So that might be a driving force in this quest. I'm not sure. There's nothing wrong with that. There's some sadness, unending sadness of looking back. Somebody had a broken heart. Three of Swords is a broken heart. You know, anything could break hearts. It could be health. It could be losing a loved one. It could be a romance or a love that never worked out, and we held that in our field for the rest of our life, and then we never went on the new path for the new love that we're worthy of having. There's this new path. Okay, so then you got Page of Crystals, bottom of this deck, which says ideas and discipline. So we saw that. We saw that. There's a new idea. There's a new thought form that you're entertaining today, I believe. All right, so I'm going to pull cards on looking for pictures of where you might meet your person, when, where, if you haven't met them yet. All right. Let's see, where's the Sag going to meet their person? Or viewer watching the video. Maybe at a gathering of some kind. This looks like food, hospitality, restaurant maybe. I don't know. Maybe you'll meet them and say, hey, you might meet them online and say, hey, let's go to dinner. But it shows gathering. So who knows what kind of gathering. You might be out and about and there may be gathering and there's food at the table. You might want to go for a bite to eat. You might run into them, meet them that way. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this one jumped hat. Mini roles. There's something about roles. Maybe you guys will be role players. I don't know. Or costumes. Make things interesting that way. Where else? What else do we need to know? Oh my God, this one wanted to jump, so I have to show you. I said hospitality. There's something with bread and food. I don't know. Maybe you like to feed each other initially. Okay, one more, and then I'm going to pull from a different deck. Okay, what else? Spirit, show us more. What do they need to know about where they'll meet the person? This one. Oh, okay. Well, you know, this doesn't say anything much other than there's this tree. The tree. This is talking about clinging, so I don't think I'm going to read that as where you might meet your person, but if you do meet your person, just remember you don't want to cling to them because it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to have clingy vibes. Okay, so, all right, let me pull a couple more and then we're going to close this reading today. Sagittarius. I like saying that. Sagittarius, where might you meet a person if you haven't met them? Looking for love. All right, we got some cards flip over. Alrighty, there is something to do with the number 7. Intricacies in industry. So it might be something through work. You meet them through work. On track, number 1 might be a month from now, a week from now, you run into your person, but it says you're on track. Number 4, views of the ego. This person sees themselves in the mirror. Oh, whoa. Okay, let's look at this for a second. This is a side note, okay? This person's looking in the mirror and they look very different in the mirror than what they look like in real life. What does that tell us? Someone looks extremely large in this mirror and small in real life. Sorry to make anyone feel humble, but that's what I saw. All right, so then there's something to do with number 4. Oh my gosh, that comes out a lot lately, guys. I see a pattern. 4 weeks, 4 months, maybe for the young people, that's 4 years, especially if you're not ready to get settled in yet. But anyway, so that's what I have for you today, dear. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, let me know if it resonates by hitting the thumbs up button, sharing if it feels appropriate. Please do share my channel if you'd like, to anyone you think would be interested. And then subscribe and hit the bell. And I look forward to seeing you again. I hope this helped in some way.